Hey everybody, I'm Solomon here with another edition of Digital Marketing FAQs. So I got this question, pretty straightforward, but I want to make sure that I help explain this in the best way possible. It says, what are infographics and why are they important? Well, I think it makes sense to show you an example of an infographic. So these are some that we've created over the years. So you may have been to a website where you just kind of scroll and all you see is graphic. This is obviously too long, so it's getting cut off here, but there's so many different kinds behind me. The reason why we've done this is to create, there's a lot of data about certain topics, especially this is for marketing, so it's topics about marketing, digital marketing, and consumer behavior and things like that, that it would be really boring to just read a chart. And so we figured we'd take the best parts of it and we'll just say, hey, let's understand the data and let's make it pretty and let's put it out there in a form of a graphic, and that way people can understand it, they'll read the bits and parts, and most importantly, they can share with somebody else, right? You're not going to share an Excel spreadsheet with your best friend and say, hey, here's some Excel spreadsheet, why don't you figure out some great data points? But when you make it graphically aesthetically beautiful like this, people will share it because it's exciting, especially if the content or that topic is important to you, or if you feel like that's stuff that you're trying to learn. So we get a lot of engagement on social, you get a lot of people sharing the content and probably want to link back to the content. In my previous videos that I've made about building links and things like that, one of the key aspects of building links and building authority, getting more traffic to your site, is creating what I call linkable assets. If you don't have linkable assets on your website, no one's ever gonna link to you because they have no reason, no rhyme or reason to link to a site for no reason. So if you create content like this is just rather old examples, I just wanna pull it up so that I can show you some real examples, is that these are linkable assets that at the time when we published it and promoted it, we outreached it and we put it on, ran Twitter ads and everything like that, we got a lot of engagement, a lot of traffic to the site, and that traffic leads to maybe people seeing our brand on retargeting, and that leads to people wanting to get back and maybe engage with us in a conversation. That whole thing happened from creating quality content and promoting the content and getting engagement and then really building a brand, right? So what is it? So I kind of explained what it is. It's long form graphic. You can actually piece them up into maybe social posts. You can't post this long piece on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, but you can take little pieces and they could be content forever, right? You could have content for weeks and weeks and weeks if you post one of these a week. And you can also chop them up in your blog post. So you can grab this piece right here and write a piece of content if you ever wanted to repurpose this for other blogs on your website. And you can outreach to other websites that have liked or posted other people's infographic. Be like, hey, we made this other infographic which is more comprehensive than the one that you have. It's more recent. We just published it. Would you mind linking to it, replace it? People will do that because they actually want to deliver value to their audience. So the reason why you want to do it is because it is extremely hard to get good quality engagement on your website from truly new audience, right? I mean, you have the people that know your brand, you have the people that'll search your brand because you may be a well-known company and people do branded search and boom, you show up. But what about the people that would have never come to your site? This kind of content allows you to do that. It's highly engaging and you can build up a lot of links very quickly depending on the quality of the content. Quality is always a concern. So if you create high quality content, people will organically want to link to you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to pay them. You don't have to spend money. All you have to do is invest the time getting the numbers and creating amazing looking graphic, post it on your site, reach out to people, maybe do some ads on Twitter and things like that so that anybody who's have the hashtag of whatever your industry might be, they'll see it, check it out, they'll retweet, more people will see it, they'll come to your site, maybe get free links. I'm saying maybe because it depends on the quality of the content. And that creates brand awareness, and then you could retarget to those people that just been to your website, maybe have an opt-in, so you now have an email address. A lot of things can come out if you do it well. And so the hard part is getting this done. It costs money. However, you can get done on certain software that lets you create infographic. However, it may not look exactly like this, but there's a lot that you can do as a marketer. I would say my playbook you may want to do this once a quarter, if not once a year, because you want to have that into your marketing mix. It's not easy to execute, so you may not want to spend a lot of time, but for a spur of that moment during a 3 or 4 week period, you can get a lot of engagement depending on how much time you spend promoting it or how much money you spend promoting it. For me, I love seeing that because it's really important, and especially for boring industries where people don't care about reading, reports. It's always good to take the best parts of it, create an infographic. You now have a different piece of content, and I've even shared this marketing hack in the past, which is to turn these into sort of animated videos. So now you could even create video content from this piece. So think about all the different things that you can do once you figure out what kind of content is important to your audience, maybe a segment of your audience, maybe just one persona, and to attract them to your website, you can create this kind of graphic, create videos, promote the hell out of it, and get people to your website, become a brand that they're aware of. So next time when you really need them, they come to your site, maybe you do search ads or whatever, they come to your site. And I'm like, yeah, I remember this website. These are the guys that make the infographic. Amazing. You could even send an email newsletter. I wouldn't mind having my entire audience see this because we put so much time and effort. We took what's boring and turned it into something fun. So that's what I would do with infographics. You want to have that at least once a quarter, maybe every 6 months. It does not make sense, and it always pays for itself if you execute it properly. So I hope I answered your question. Keep on sending more questions, you guys would love it, and I will see you next time.